Sin. Yeah. Check it. Yeah. Look. Heavyweight, this the heavyweight. Heavyweight, this the heavyweight. Heavyweight, this the heavyweight.
As you grow, you lose certain homies because it's called closing the gap. This is the gap when we start. This is the gap as you grow. Notice how you grow and they don't. So how do you close the gap? You gotta come back down. When you come back down, you lose. So you gotta keep going up. That's why closing that gap gotta be them catching up to you. And if they don't catch up, you gotta leave them behind.
Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Sin, coming back with another one, man. And y'all already know I'm coming live from the Rose Garden, baby. You know what I mean? It's Monday. Let's get to it. I got two messages for you. Two messages. First message is to keep working. Keep working. You know what I mean? And I wanted to show y'all this beehive again, right? Because I showed y'all when it first started, right? Look how much bigger it is now. You know what I mean? Look how much bigger it is now. You know why I got bigger? Because they kept working. Them bees never stopped working. You got to understand that. You got to keep working so you can grow and the things around you can grow. You know what I mean? If you stop working, and guess what? Don't nobody eat, don't nobody grow. Second message, listen. You cannot stoop to other people's level. You know, they either on your level or they ain't. Okay? But you can't stoop down to other people's level. You know what I mean? You can't be petty just because other people are petty, even though you can get petty. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Sometimes it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to where it's like, yo, you know what? You want to be petty, then I'm going to be petty. You know what I mean? You know, when you when you trying to get back, you know what I mean? Listen, ain't nothing sweeter than revenge. I understand that. You know, I've done it before too. You know what I mean? When somebody get low, you know, you get low right with their ass. You know, and sometimes that's just not the way. Even though, you know, we get to a point to where that's just the natural reaction for us. You know, somebody do something to me, you know, you do something to them. And a lot of the times we go even lower. You know, we do worse than what they did. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Let's just squash that shit. I'm gonna go back to the 90s, man. Just squash that shit. Don't even put your energy in it. Don't even give them the satisfaction. Don't even engage. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you engage, you lose too. You know, when you stoop down to people's level, you lose too, you know? And that's just facts. You just can't do it sometimes. Sometimes you just got to be the bigger person and say, fuck that. You know what? You be petty. I ain't even fucking with you. I ain't going to even go there. You know, I ain't got time for it. Sometimes you just ain't got time for that shit, you know? So that's just the second message, man. Keep working. All right. And listen, do not stoop to these mugs level. They're going to try to pull you down however they can, and never stop growing. Never stop growing. Because when you don't stoop to people's level, that show a lot of growth in you, you know, especially for y'all that's elevating up there, man. When you elevate, man, you can't go back down to where other people are at. I don't care if it's your friends. I don't care if it's your family members. I don't care if it's your girlfriend. I don't care if it's your wife. If you listen, at the end of the day, right, you got to keep going. If God see fit and you putting in that work to rise, then guess what? You can't go back down. You lost. You lose when you go back down. You look down. You know what? Don't even do that. You see where they at? They not coming with you. You got to look back up. Don't even look down, you know what I mean? Because you taking off, continue to take off. That's their problem. If they choose to not grow and they choose to not elevate, that's not on you. That's not on you. You got to keep going. You know what I mean? And you're going to have to deal with these situations. These situations is going to happen. For some of y'all that don't think that you ain't gonna have to deal with this at some point, you're gonna have to deal with it at some point. You know what I mean? And that's just life. When you elevate, man, not everybody gonna rise up with you. You gotta understand that shit. Understand that shit, because if you're not ready for it, then it's gonna be you. You're gonna start holding yourself back, trying to let everybody else catch up with you. And then when they ain't on what you on, then you disappointed. You know, lowering your vibration and shit. And then you start looking at yourself like, man, what am I doing this for? Forgetting the whole reason. You know what I'm saying? Just forgetting everything because you too worried about them and who with you and who ain't. Fuck all of that shit, bro. Fuck all of it. Fuck all of it. Do not go back down. Do not stoop to these mugs level. Don't wait for nobody. Don't do none of that shit. You got to keep growing. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep living. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is out here. That's the way you got to be if you trying to get somewhere. If you ain't trying to get somewhere, then go ahead and wait. Cross your arms and just wait. Before you know it, right? Years then gone by because you waiting. And guess what? You've declined because you stopped elevating. You stop putting in that work waiting on everybody else. That's the dumbest shit that you could possibly do. And that's just my word. That's the dumbest shit you could possibly do. You know why? Because listen, you didn't get put in position by the Most High to be sitting there waiting on people. That ain't what he did that for. That ain't what the Most High did that for. You put in that work. You got lined up. The universe is aligning you with everything that you need to be aligned with so you can elevate. That, listen, ain't no waiting. Ain't no waiting for no damn body. And that's just how it is, man. You got to accept it. Accept it or check it, man. And I suggest that you just accept it and keep it moving. Or your time going to float by. You done missed the train. You know how many motherfuckers that missed the train? You know, getting caught up in all of this other shit and not focusing on themselves, they done missed the train. And guess what? That train ain't never loop around for their ass. Ain't never loop around. Ain't never come back for them. You know what I mean? And if it do come back, they done wasted away a few years. So that's my word, man. You got to keep working. Okay? Do not stoop to anybody's level, whether it's petty or get back or any of that shit. You know what? Hey, listen, if it didn't do you no harm like that, let it go. Let it go. And so there's gonna be 3 things. Then fuck it. And never wait for anybody. Don't wait for nobody. Listen, you gotta keep growing. You gotta keep growing like this rose, man. You gotta keep growing. You cannot be waiting for people to elevate with you. You know what I mean? You gonna grow. If you working on it, you gonna grow. Hey, and if they fuck with you like that, remember this too. If they fuck with you like that, guess what? They're gonna try to elevate with you. They're gonna follow the lead. They're gonna follow the lead because they're gonna see how it's benefiting you. But some of these motherfuckers don't want to. You got to understand that. They don't want to. A lot of people ain't going to want to. They going to be satisfied where they at. They going to refuse to grow. And then you got to listen. You got to cut that. You got to cut that shit short. You got to cut that shit short. There's no need for you to lower your vibration just because of some so-called relationship that you have with motherfuckers. It ain't worth it. You only got one life. Yeah, and that's what y'all motherfuckers don't understand. You only got one life. One life. You got one life. And you acting like you got all the time in the world. And you trying to bring everybody. What the fuck is you on? You crazy. You crazy, man. Listen, you got to go with the strike now method. You know what I mean? You got to strike when that iron hot. Ain't no looking back. Ain't no looking down. Fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. And you know when you hot. Because it ain't no feeling like you ever had. You know when you got motherfuckers on the ropes. You know when you at your best. You know when you at your best. So you gotta listen, man. You better show out. You better show out. Because guess what? You might not feel like that again. A lot of y'all motherfuckers, y'all so sure of yourselves. Y'all so damn sure of yourselves and don't know shit. Don't know shit. You think everything just gonna come back around to you. You think you just gonna get hot again. Oh man, this ain't gonna be, you know what I mean? It's gonna be other chances. I'm gonna have another, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have another opportunity. How you know? How you know? You don't. You don't know. So guess what? You live by that strike now method. You know what? Guess what? You know what I'm saying? When that opportunity comes, you take full advantage of it. When you in that hot seat, you know what I'm saying? When you hot, you know when you hot. Especially y'all artists and all that shit out there, man. Listen, man, when you writing, you know when you writing and you in the studio and you just got all of these ideas just flooding your mind. You know what I'm saying? Or you hoop and you play basketball, you putting all this work. You know what I'm saying? And you get out there on the court and can't nobody touch you. You know what I'm saying? Or you on that football field and your speed is just on another level because you've been working so hard, man. Listen, you know when you hot. You know when you hot. So what you gonna do? Slow up for who? For who to catch up? Can't do it. You never slow up for anybody to catch up when you in the lead and when you got these motherfuckers on the ropes. You never do that shit. Never. I don't care who it's for. You never slow up when you got motherfuckers on the ropes. When you doing your thing, when you accelerating like that, you don't slow up for nobody, man. Listen, we got one life, like I said. You got to take advantage of it. You got to take advantage of it. Ain't no doing all that extra shit. When you accelerating, bro, ain't no slowing down. You got to keep going. All right? And that's my word, man. My name Jason and Sinn-Take. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Deuces. First, I'ma get on my grind. Then second, stop wasting my time on shit less important. If ain't about money, I'm going the other direction. And third, I'ma do what I gotta to eat. Fourth, I'ma sew up the streets. Fifth, I'ma never quit dropping this heat. So as long as I'm breathing, you better get used to me. Sixth, I'ma get